Shabbat Shalom on what is the last Shabbat of the year 5780. You know, all of us think about where were we on September 11th, 2001. It's always a question on a conversation. And I remember where I was. I was actually on a plane. I landed that morning in California. You may wonder, how could I land in California on September 11th, 2001? Well, I landed at 1 a.m. I left New York at September 10th. And I came at 1 a.m. to California, and I was going to the small towns in the Inland Empire area to visit Jewish people before Rosh Hashanah, to bring them some honey cake and speak to them about the upcoming holiday, all living in small towns without much of a Jewish community. And I remember landing at 1 a.m., till I got to sleep, and early the next morning already, we were woken up. Did you hear what's happening? The world is falling apart. Now, that day was very ingrained in my mind. I spent the whole day visiting with people. That's why I was there. And from then on, I remember coming back to New York just the day the airports opened up, before Yom Kippur already. And I remember every Friday, I would come home from my studies in Morristown, and every Sunday go back, and we always drive by Ground Zero. And it etched in our mind, you see, because we went to school, from the windows you could see the Twin Towers. And I always think about it. I drove by Ground Zero again every week. We were back and forth, and we'd stop by and see what we could do to help. And for months to see the jagged metal. But I was always thinking about something special that was that time. It was a feeling that in the pain, we're all in here together. In the pain, what could we do to help? And people worked hard to help. Strangers, everyone's coming together. And it made me think many times, why is it that we always wait for a struggle and a hardship to come together? When we are united, as it says in Hebrew, Barchenu Avinu Kolanu Ka'echad, bless us our Father, all as one. When we are united, we could do so much more. Unity doesn't mean we all have to agree. There's always diversity. In a band, you have a drummer and a pianist. You have all kinds of people. You can't have everyone be drummers. Obviously, we need diversity. But diversity doesn't mean we can't get along. We could agree to disagree and agree to agree where we can and where we can. And I think on a day like today, especially as we come to the last Shabbat of the year, especially in such a period of time that our world is facing that we have not faced before, let us think, what can we do? Think of somebody that maybe you might not agree with politically or in other areas, but you could still agree in other parts of your life. Think of people that you could connect with. Think of areas you can connect on. Let's try to spend so much more time in being together and not wait for struggle and tragedy to bring us together. As we come into the last 8 days of the year, think each day, what's one act you could do to be closer to another? And today, on this day of September 11th, add an act of goodness and kindness, because the best response to darkness is light. A little candle could chase away lots of darkness. So Shabbat Shalom, make the next 8 days special, and we'll go into the new year as a united people together. Shabbat Shalom.